This one mindset shift transforms how the most successful contractor couples attract clients, retain employees, and build businesses that people actually want to work with.
He's the best in the biz.
Stop being interesting. Start being interested.
Interested.
Most contractor couples spend all of their energy trying to be interesting to everyone else. They focus on their own processes, their own expertise, their own way of doing things. But the couples building seven-figure businesses,
7 figures?
well, they flipped the script altogether.
Man, flip it. Flipping it.
They stopped trying to impress and started trying to understand. They stopped talking and started listening. They stopped trying to be interesting and started being genuinely interested in the people they serve.
Brain is at your service, man.
Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to make this shift and why being interested isn't just good for relationships. It's essential for your profit margins. Welcome back to another episode of Built for Two, CEO Edition. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of The Emerald Edge. On Built for Two, contractor couples learn to build profitable businesses and peaceful lives without burning themselves or each other out in the process.
What happened? Burn out? Burn all out, did ya?
Because here's what I've discovered after working with tons and tons of contractor couples. The businesses that struggle are always talking about themselves.
Believe it or not, the world doesn't revolve around you.
The businesses that thrive are always learning about their clients.
So much to learn.
When you're genuinely interested, clients trust you more deeply. When you're interested, employees feel valued and heard. When you're interested, you discover opportunities that self-focused competitors completely miss.
How could you miss that?
Being interested isn't about being passive or weak. It's about being strategic, empathetic, and valuable in ways that create lasting relationships and recurring revenue.
We could just say that then.
I want you to picture two very different couples.
I'm picturing it right now.
So let's start with scenario one. Let's call them David and Maria. They run a bathroom remodeling business, and for years they were obsessed with being interesting. They had the best equipment, the most advanced techniques, the most impressive portfolio. Every client meeting was a presentation about their process, their experience, their awards.
Do they know who we are?
They talked about their signature methods, their quality standards, their industry certificates. They were fascinating to themselves, but their close rate was terrible. Clients would nod politely, say they think about it, and then hire someone else.
That's just sad.
And David and Maria, well, they couldn't really understand why. They were clearly the most qualified and the most experienced and the most interesting contractors in their market.
Still not seeing the problem there.
The problem? They were so busy being interesting that they never bothered to be interested.
Oh.
They never asked clients about their true concerns. They never explored what success looked like from the client's perspective. They never discovered the emotional drivers behind the renovation decision. And this is the trap that most contractor couples fall into. They think success comes from being really, really impressive. But impressive without connection is just expensive theater.
What a waste of money.
When you're only focused on being interesting, you miss the most important part of the sales process. Understanding what the client actually wants and why they want it. You become a performer instead of a partner.
Stop performing!
Now, let me tell you about another couple. Let's call them Tom and Sarah. They run a kitchen remodeling business, and they decided to stop trying to be interesting and start being genuinely interested in their clients. Instead of leading with their credentials, they started with questions.
I have a question.
Instead of showcasing their process, they explored the client's vision.
You. What's your vision?
Instead of talking about their experience, they listened to the client's concerns.
I'm listening.
They discovered that most clients weren't just buying a kitchen. They were buying a lifestyle change. Some wanted to entertain more. Others wanted to cook healthier meals. Some were preparing for aging in place. When Tom and Sarah understand these deeper motivations, they can design solutions that address the real need, not just the surface request.
I'd be diving deeper than I'd ever gone before.
So within 18 months, their close rate increases, their average project value increases, and the real kicker, their client satisfaction scores go through the roof because they are solving the right problems. What changed? Well, they became interested.
Aha.
When you're genuinely interested in your clients, you don't just win projects, you win relationships. You don't just complete work, you create transformations. You don't just earn fees, you earn loyalty.
That's the secret.
And research from the Harvard Business Review shows that companies focused on customer understanding have 60% higher profit margins than those focused on product features.
We get 60%, we pay.
So for contractor couples, this translates directly to more referrals, higher prices, and repeat business.
Sounds too good to be true.
But there's something that most people get wrong about being interested. They think it means being weak or passive or agreeable to everything. That's not interested, that's desperate. True interest comes from genuine curiosity about how you can create value for others. It comes from asking better questions, listening more carefully, and designing solutions that address real needs. And that doesn't mean throwing away your expertise. It means hearing the true need and the true desires of the clients and then applying your expertise and giving them your advice and your strategy.
Okay, fine. Perfect.
So how do you and your spouse make that transformation from interesting to interested?
Now we're getting somewhere.
Well, I've created a framework that I call LISTEN. 6 elements that make contractor couples magnetic to their ideal clients.
Number 1.
So our first one is L. So let's learn their language. Stop using construction jargon and start speaking in the terms your clients can understand and care about.
Holy terminology, Batman, he's right.
When a client says they want a modern kitchen, don't immediately start talking about cabinet styles and countertop materials.
Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down.
Ask what modern means to them. Does it mean clean lines, easy maintenance, smart technology, open concept, energy efficient? Every client uses words differently. So your job is to understand their vocabulary, not teach them yours.
I want to really listen to people.
One of our clients discovered that when clients said low maintenance, they weren't talking about materials. They were talking about cleaning time.
And clean, and clean, and clean.
This insight led to design choices that prioritized easy-to-clean surfaces over impressive-looking ones, and client satisfaction increased dramatically.
It's everything I ever wanted.
So next we have I, which is investigate their motivations.
Investigate what?
Go beyond what they want to understand why they want it. The surface request is rarely the real need. So ask questions like, what's driving this renovation decision now? How do you envision using this space differently? What problems are you hoping to solve? What would success look like to you? When you start understanding the motivation behind the decision, well, you can design solutions that address the root cause and not just the symptoms.
The symptoms!
Maybe they want a bigger kitchen because they're tired of feeling cramped when they're in the kitchen cooking together. Maybe they want a bathroom renovation because their current setup doesn't work for their aging parents who visit frequently. Understanding motivation allows you to create value beyond the obvious scope of work.
More stuff?
Yeah.
How much is there?
There's more.
Next is S, and that is study their lifestyle. Learn how your clients actually live, not how you think they should live or how they think they should live. The most beautiful design in the world is worthless if it doesn't fit their real lifestyle and needs.
So what does a normal week in your life look like?
Ask about their daily routines, their entertaining habits, their family dynamic, their future plans. Do they cook every night or order takeout? Do they host large gatherings or prefer intimate dinners? Do they have young children or empty nest syndrome? This information shapes every design decision. A family with toddlers needs different solutions than a couple preparing for retirement.
I have needs.
Studying lifestyle also reveals opportunities for additional value. Maybe they mention wanting to work from home more. That's an opportunity to discuss office space integration.
Listening, learning.
Next, we have T, which is track their concerns. Pay attention to what worries them, not just what excites them.
He has so many emotions.
Clients often focus on the positive outcomes they want, but their buying decisions are heavily influenced by the negative outcomes they want to avoid. Common concerns could include project timeline disruption, budget overruns, quality issues, communication problems, cleanup and mess, especially if they're living there, contractor reliability. That's a big one.
A lot of stuff.
When you address concerns proactively, you build trust faster than any credential or portfolio piece ever could. Create systems that specifically address common concerns. If clients worry about mess, develop a detailed cleanup protocol. If they worry about timeline, create a communication system that provides regular updates.
Let's go solve this.
And E is explore their expectations. So understand not just what they want, but what they expect the experience to be like.
Good, I have high standards.
Many client disappointments come from mismatched expectations, not poor quality work.
So what do you want?
Ask about their previous experiences with contractors. What went well? What was frustrating? What would they do differently? Explore their expectations about communication frequency, decision-making timelines, change order processes, and project completion standards. When you understand expectations, you can either meet them or reset them before problems occur.
Wow, never thought about that.
Next, we have N, which is notice their values.
Add value.
So pay attention to what matters most to them beyond the project itself. Some clients value environmental sustainability. Others prioritize supporting local businesses. Some care more about craftsmanship quality, while others focus on budget efficiency. When you understand their values, you can align your approach accordingly. If they value sustainability, emphasize eco-friendly materials and energy-efficient solutions. If they value local businesses, highlight your local suppliers and subcontractors. Values alignment creates emotional connection, which leads to stronger relationships and more referrals in the future.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'll do it.
Now, this all sounds fine and dandy, but how do we actually start implementing the listen framework in your client interactions? And as tempting as it may be, you don't want to just jump in and revamp your entire process overnight. So instead, let's break it up over a period of maybe 4 weeks or so.
It's always weeks.
So week 1, let's redesign your consultation process. So instead of leading with your capabilities, start with discovery questions. This is the easiest change to make, right? Spend the first half of every consultation learning about the client before you share anything at all about yourself.
Today's all about you.
Week 2, let's create a discovery questionnaire. Develop a list of questions that help you understand language, motivations, lifestyle, concerns, expectations, and values. Use this consistently with every potential client.
Write that down.
Week 3, let's practice active listening. So focus on understanding, not responding. Ask follow-up questions. Summarize what you've heard to confirm understanding.
No, it's well enough.
Week 4, document insights. So keep detailed notes about what you learn from each client and use this information to customize your proposals and communication. Remember, becoming interested is a skill that improves with practice. You're not trying to become a therapist. You're trying to become a better business partner.
Pleasure doing business with you.
The goal isn't to be nosy or intrusive. The goal is to understand your clients well enough to serve them exceptionally.
No one knows me better.
So how exactly will implementing this framework impact your business? When contractor couples make the shift from interesting to interested, 3 things happen consistently. First, close rates increase dramatically. When clients feel understood, they're more likely to hire you. So when you implement the listen framework, you'll see 40 to 60% improvements in close rates, usually within 3 to 6 months. Understanding creates trust, and trust creates sales.
Now let's go make some money!
Second, you'll see project satisfaction improve. So when you understand what clients really want, well, you can deliver it, right? This leads to fewer change orders, fewer complaints, and more referrals. Interested contractors don't just meet expectations, they exceed them because they understand what the expectations really are.
This is so much better than I expected.
And third, pricing power increases. When clients feel understood and valued, they're less price sensitive. You're not just another contractor, you're the contractor who gets it. Interested businesses can charge premium rates because they deliver premium understanding.
Worth every penny.
Let me give you one final example. Mike and Jennifer implement a similar framework in their deck building business. Instead of leading with their construction expertise, they start by understanding how clients want to use their outdoor spaces. So they discovered that most clients aren't just buying a deck, they're buying family time, entertainment space, or personal retreat areas. So this insight allows them to design solutions that address these deeper needs. Within a year, their close rate increases by 55%, their average project value increases by 35%, and their referral rate doubles. Same skills, same market, completely different approach.
It's been right in front of you all along.
Stop trying to be the most interesting contractor in your market and start being the most interested contractor your clients have ever met. Your success doesn't depend on how impressive you are. It depends on how well you understand the people you serve. When you implement the LISTEN framework, you're not just building a business, you're building relationships. You're not just completing projects, you're solving problems. You're not just earning money, you're creating value. If this episode helped you realize that your business could be a little more client-focused than it currently is, then it's time to get strategic about your approach. And don't forget about your finances. Our CFO advisory helps contractor couples develop the financial clarity and strategic thinking needed to build truly client-centered businesses. We help you understand your numbers so you can focus on understanding your clients.
Where have you been all my life?
This has been Built for Two, where systems keep your business steady, strategy helps it grow, and building it with your soulmate, well, that makes the whole adventure worthwhile. I hope this episode reminds you that your clients don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video.